Today we're talking about body image, how to fight that demon in your head that is envious, that body bashes you, that is always comparing where you're never good enough. We're going to talk about that today. I'll give you a quick hint about where we're going. These negative voices are floating around in our culture. They are part of you. You grew up with them. They're part of you. But we can balance them out like a teeter-totter. We can learn to fight back, to release, to catch, to stop. We can learn to stop these thoughts by rebalancing out with a more neutral, a more factual, a more realistic perception. So that's where we're headed today. We're going to talk about envy. We're going to talk about body bashing. We're going to be talking about always comparing yourself to others. And then we're going to examine that. And then we're going to talk about how do you actually stop these voices? Stop the inner shaming. And we're going to give you some practical tools on how to do that. So let's just dive in. What I'm actually going to do is start off with a clip that represents the spiritual foundation for the following techniques. So when we get into the techniques about how to stop the negative voices, a technique is great, but it needs to be in context. It needs to have a mindset and even a deeply held belief around that. And rather than me telling you what the belief is, I just want to show you a quick clip from someone who has had bulimia and beaten bulimia. Listen to what Amy has to say.
What's something short and sweet that has really changed your perception of your body and relationship with food?
I would say the first one would be, I am not my body. And
Yeah.
because I'm not my body, I don't need to, that's not my identity. So I am not judged. I don't self-judge for what I weigh or what I look like. My body isn't who I am. Before that acceptance and that realization, I was trapped within societal, approval. I was a professional dieter, like professional. I was so good. I did every single diet, and every single diet fails because that's what diets do.
Yeah.
So really accepting that I'm not my body. It's not who I am. And I don't have to find identity in the way I look.
So, the most powerful wisdom. I am not my body. I have a body. I am a being of light that is encased, embodied in a body. But this body, it's not actually me. It's not actually you. So for comparing yourself to others, this is something that is so easy to do. You're at work and you see some really skinny person and you say, wow, they're skinny, I'm not, therefore I feel bad. It happens all the time. We see images around us and we think we should be a certain way. We think our body should be different than the way it is. Now, the other thing that's really, really common is when you see these good-looking people or whatever, or just it could be anyone. So it could even be smarter, or maybe their hair is quote-unquote better than yours. You get envious. And usually envy is actually covered by a feeling of criticizing. Because I do this all the time, and I'm working on it. But I'll feel superior to some people. Like there would be someone in my Toastmasters group, he'll be really, really good at public speaking, better than me. And then I'll find one thing to critique about him. Oh, well, I have better shoes than him. So it's a critiquing where you put someone down so that you feel superior, but really you're envious of them. And that's hard to admit. It makes you feel bad that you're even envious. And what we want to do is just realize that you are not your body. So when you compare bodies, when you're envious of other people's bodies, the envy and the comparing, it's based on a false assumption. The other thing I want to quickly talk about before we get into how to stop these thoughts is body bashing. Body bashing is where you identify with your body. You think you are your body. Instead of seeing your body as a vehicle or as a gift that was given to you, instead of seeing that you are not your body, that you're a spirit, you think you are the body, and then you're comparing your body to other people, and your body's bad. Your body's horrible. Your body's disgusting. It's fat. It's flabby. You know, these things really hurt. These things really, really hurt. And so oftentimes these are automatic things we say to ourselves, and we've been saying them to ourselves for so long because we've identified with the body and compared the body to other things that it's just automatic. And the way to beat this is to balance it out. It's like a teeter-totter, right? If you're just on the teeter-totter, you're out of balance. So you need something to counteract those negative thoughts. And how you do it, there's one exercise is called Petals of Self-Worth. And basically you identify characteristics, strengths, personality quirks of yours that are positive, that you like about yourself. Okay, so that's one. You can go through a little worksheet, just write out a piece of paper, write out some positive qualities about yourself. And we'll go through on how this ties into those thinking, into counterbalancing the negative thoughts. But first, just come up with a list of positive qualities with yourself. And then you want to think about the things that your body enables you to do that's positive as well. So your body, it enables you to do all sorts of wonderful things, even if you're fat, even if you're handicapped, even if you're not perfect in your body. Your body enables you to play with kids, play with friends. It enables you to receive pleasure, whether that's sexually or for food or for a hot shower. Your body, you're able to go on a walk through nature. Your body is a vehicle, and you could not exist on this planet if you did not have a body. You would not be here. Your spirit would not be here if you didn't have a body. Your body does a lot of good. It might not be the ideal body that you want, but you can respect your body. You don't have to love your body. You don't have to be all lovey-dovey towards your body, but you can respect your body. It's like a car. If you just bought a nice car and then you saw your neighbor drive in with another car, you don't need to trash your car just because someone else has a nicer car. The car still gets you from point A to point B. It still plays music in the car. Your body still does all these wonderful things, even though it might not compare to your neighbor's body. So basically, how we start to counteract these thoughts is when you hear a negative thought, whether it's comparing yourself to others, like, oh, you know, I'm my body, you know, her body's so much better. I'm just so fat. Whenever you start to hear that dieting belief system, that body shaming voice, whether that's, you know, just a body bash towards yourself, when you might be vulnerable at certain times when you take a shower, when you brush your teeth and look in the mirror, or when you are in a meeting or something. There's times when maybe the body voice is especially sharp towards you. And how we start to counterbalance it is you say and. You say and. So it's like, well, first of all, you use factual language. You use factual language. So your body, you're bashing your body, right? I'm so fat, I'm so flabby, blah, 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 blah. That tone of voice is very, if you look at the tone of voice, the way I'm speaking, I'm so fat, I'm so blah, 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 blah. That's a negative tone of voice. You want a neutral, factual tone of voice. Even saying it differently in a different tone of voice. My arms are flabby. My gut is flabby. I am feeling fatigued right now. You want to state it factually. You don't want to deny. You don't want to be all too positive. it's okay to be factual about your body. I would suggest using more neutral words. These words like flabby and fat, they just have a whole lot of other connotations. You can use neutral sounding words like, I'm feeling uncomfortable right now. Something like that. But you speak in that factual tone of voice, and then you use the power of and. And is like enables both things to be true at once. So you say, let's say you're hot, or you're feeling ashamed of your body. I am feeling embarrassed of my body, and this is where you go back to your positive qualities. You need to counterbalance it. I am feeling uncomfortable in my body, fact, and I have a good personality. I'm kind. And you want to do like 3 or 4 things to counterbalance it. So it's like, you notice that you're body bashing, or you notice that you're supremely jealous of someone, or you notice that your self-esteem is low about your body, you're feeling insecure in your body. Admit it. Admit the negativity. Admit it in a factual way. I am not proud of my body right now. I am feeling uncomfortable in my body right now. Fact. And I have a lot of other characteristics that are worthwhile. I am a hard worker. I am kind. I appreciate things. I'm skilled at computer programming. And then you could also say, and I appreciate my body for its ability to take hot showers. So you use this keyword and to counterbalance the negative body bashing. And so you're not denying that your body, that you aren't thrilled with your body. You're not denying that. But usually when you're just focused on the negative aspects of your body, you're missing a lot. It's just not true. Like, it'd be one thing if your body really was all bad, right? But realize you're not your body, and your body enables you to do a bunch of different things. So let's focus on the truth instead of just focusing on the negative. And then the last tip about overcoming these thoughts is that when you start to practice this and type of thinking, we can, it's like every time you practice the and type of thinking, it's like putting a little bit more weight on the positive. But if you start off with a huge negative belief, a lot of negative self-talk, when you start to do this positive self-talk, it's not going to feel very powerful. Over time, as you practice, the scales will change. But in the beginning, stopping that negative voice, just doing and, might not seem like enough. Here's a powerful technique you can use to stop. It's called narrating. Narrating is when you're overwhelmed by negative thoughts and you can't do the and thinking. This happens. It's pretty common. All you got to do is narrate your environment. I'm going to give you an example right now, and I'll show you what most people do when they start to narrate. So they say, okay, I'm body bashing. Holy crap, I'm negative right now. Okay, let me pause. Let me breathe. Narrate. They remember to narrate. Okay, all you do is you use your eyes and your senses and speak out loud or to yourself about what you're seeing. Here's how it goes. Window, computer, bag, vacuum cleaner, stove, phone. Now, you just do that for a while. Just notice the fact, uncomfortable feeling in my body, refrigerator, stove. What'll happen, and what I see a lot of times happen, is when you're when you're narrating, those automatic thoughts will kick in. You'll be narrating. Lamp, weights, desk, couch. God damn, I hate my body. I hate it. I'm so ugly. I'm so fat. I hate it. And when you see that negativity, that venom, that can shock you into seeing a different perspective and practicing the and thinking. This is a complex step right now that I'm talking over. I'm gonna demonstrate how to do it and so pretend. So you're overwhelmed with negativity. You remember to narrate. Light switch, binder, tabletop. God, my body sucks. Whoa. I just body shamed myself, and it was so automatic. Okay, what do I have to do? I have to remember to think and speak neutrally. My body, I'm uncomfortable in my body right now. That's true. That's true. And I like my body because it can receive some pleasure. I can go on walks, and I'm overall a pretty positive person. So, to recap all this, speak in a neutral tone of voice. Find your self-worth. Appreciate your body for its functions, not its appearance. Its functions, not its appearance. And narrate your environment if you can't get out of negative thinking. So I hope this video touches you. Let me know your thoughts. Have a great day. Peace.